Well, who's ready for Neve Campbell to bring Polaris to life? If you're familiar with the X-Men character, you know how important she is, and all the reports going around today seem to indicate she's coming to the Marvel Universe. But where? Well, we seem to have a bit of an update on the story. It makes a lot of sense, and we're going to dive into it immediately, so stay tuned. Well, in the world of Marvel movies these days, we're constantly getting rumors and reports that kind of are a bit obscure, and the addition of Polaris into the Marvel Universe definitely qualifies as one. Now, in the last couple of weeks, we started to get a lot of X-Men news, especially surrounding the live-action version of the X-Men coming to life in Secret Wars and Doomsday, and more importantly, the future Marvel Studios version of the characters. Now, earlier today, I started to see this story, and initially, it really didn't make a lot of sense, but now that we have some more details, well, the pieces seem to be coming together. Now, what we were hearing, and it was a rumor, actually, technically it still is, but that Neve Campbell was set to join the Marvel Universe as Polaris. Now, in case you don't know who Polaris is, her real name is Dr. Lorna Sally Dane, and she was introduced in the 1960s before kind of being retconned into Magneto's daughter many years later. Now, she has very similar powers to Magneto, and also suffers from various mental health issues, which has seen her turn on her fellow mutants. She's also been known as Malice, and one of Apocalypse's four horsemen, Pestilence, which is where the story starts to really come together. Now, as these reports first started to make their rounds, I initially thought that, well, yeah, Neve would be a great cast for Polaris, except if this is part of the new Marvel rebooted universe, well, to be fair, she is a bit too old for the part. Now, Neve is absolutely beautiful, but she's 51 years old, and apparently Kevin Feige has a 10-year plan, meaning any performer of that age is unlikely to fit into the story, and that's where the clarification starts. Now, as many of you remember, X-Men 97 left us with a huge Apocalypse tease, and now the updated reports are suggesting that yes, Neve is joining the Marvel Universe, and yes, she will play Polaris, but she's going to be voicing the character for the second season of the X-Men. Now, I suppose there is still a distinct possibility she could appear somewhere in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars as part of that first generation of characters alongside Ian McKellen's Magneto and many of those other familiar faces. But to be honest with you, we were clearly getting an Apocalypse story set up at the end of the season, and Polaris is one of those characters that definitely needs to be included. Now, with the multiverse nature of the next two Avengers movies, I want to be super clear, anything is possible, so actually both of these stories might end up being true, but at this point, all of this news comes via Hollywood scoopers, specifically My Time to Shine Hello, and we haven't gotten anything official from Marvel Studios. Now, to be fair, Marvel hasn't been confirming a lot lately and they're leaning in on their surprises, so I don't expect any news on this anytime soon. The production of the first season of X-Men 97 was very transparent on social media, but that was because of Beau DeMayo, and once that controversy kind of cleared the table, we really found out next to nothing. Marvel's head of streaming and television has yet to chime in, that's Brad Winderbaum, so we need to sit back and wait, and hopefully we get some sort of official news very soon. In any case, Polaris is a cool addition to either universe, Neve Campbell is a great talent, so this is an absolute win for fans, but until we know more, I kind of know what you guys think. How do you feel about Polaris potentially being part of Doomsday or Secret Wars? And if not, would you rather see Campbell voice the character in Season 2 of X-Men 97? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Before we take off, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC news, and we want to bring you all the news truthfully and transparently so you're really in the know.